So I want to share with you a couple of things that the school's universal design or universal access commitment has incorporated as policy within the school. We've agreed that it's important that all materials that we use in the classroom must be accessible to students with disabilities. And that means that we must make all of our reading materials accessible. So anything that's posted on Moodle or anything that's required in the classroom for students to refer to, we have to provide those things in accessible formats. We've also agreed that all materials, video materials, will be captioned and that they will be used with the captions on so that someone doesn't have to specifically identify themselves as needing captioning, but it will be available to anyone in the classroom. And again, it's a great example of something that lots of students can benefit from, and probably all of us, if anybody's tried to listen to videos where the sounds become muffled and we're struggling to hear what's being said. Students for whom English isn't a first language, those captions can be very valuable in keeping them connected to the dialogue. The third thing is open and responsible use of technology. Students may have a laptop or use technology in the classroom without special permission. Certainly, it's a classroom management concern to make sure that people understand that the ways in which they must use it responsibly. So it's important to communicate with your students about that. The last item is that materials that are referred to in class need to be posted the night before so that students can review them, print them out, use them in a format or material, produce them in materials that will be accessible for them. So some examples of accessible formats are Word documents, PowerPoints, and PDFs that have been OCR'd, that they've been run through optical character recognition, which just means that they've been converted from a image file to a digital file. So an example of an accessible PDF is one that if you can cut and paste from it, highlight and cut and paste from it, it's a digital document. It's not just a picture of the words. If you need more help with understanding that, there are some guidelines on the Tara website, and we have guidelines on our website, and we can assist you with that as well. If you get your syllabus in on time, then the library will assist in preparing those materials for you, and they will be responsible for creating them in an accessible format. The other things to think about, though, are books, and particularly electronic books. A lot of electronic books are not very accessible, and it's important to ask the publishers whether those books can be available as a PDF or another accessible format. And if they are not available at all, we can ask for an actual hard copy of the book, which we could then cut and scan for a student. But if it's also not available as a hard copy, then we really need to look for another alternative.